Hello, welcome to the Grassman Chronicles. Joining us for this episode is our special guest, Missing Maud. Hello, Missing Maud.
Hi.
Missing Maud enjoys art, music, and having discussions on many topics on her channel. Check it out. The link is in the description. And hello to everyone joining us in the chat. Good to see you. In this episode, we are taking a look at Dogman encounters. And we'll bring up a bit about the Dogman. In folklore, the Michigan Dogman was a creature allegedly witnessed in 1887 in Wexford County, Michigan, United States. It was described as a 7-foot-tall, blue-eyed or amber-eyed, bipedal, canine-like animal with the torso of a man and a fearsome howl that sounds like a human scream. According to legends, the Michigan Dogman appears in a 10-year cycle that falls on years ending in 7. Sightings have been reported in several locations throughout Michigan, primarily in the northwestern quadrant of the Lower Peninsula. The Michigan Dogman is a werewolf or werewolf-type creature, first reported in 1887 in Wexford County, Michigan, hence the name the Michigan Dogman. However, they've been spotted in many other places and I guess on other continents as well. The creature was unknown to most of the modern world until very late in the 20th century. It is said to have been stalking the area around the Manistee River since the days when the Ottawa tribes lived there. Original sources for alleged sightings made prior to 1987, however, have not been documented beyond a song that Steve Cook put out. And the popularity began after this disc jockey put out a song about the Dogman after hearing about a lot of encounters that people were having in Michigan. Now, there's let's see, doing a little looking around, I also found that not only in comparisons to the werewolves, but there is a Cadeo. It's a supernatural spirit that appears as a dog-shaped creature with blue eyes when it's calm and red eyes when it's attacking. It roams around isolated roads at night. According to Central American folklore of indigenous origin, there is a good white Cadeo, protects them from harm and danger during their journey, while the black Cadeo, sometimes an incarnation of the devil, tries to kill them. And it again appears in a large form, bipedal, dog-like features, burning red eyes. And the interesting part that I found about this was that it comes in white. And that's why we have Missing Maud on. Now, let's see. Let me get back to my notes. Sorry, I flipped my page. Okay, I'm back on cue. Sorry, I don't have a producer. Okay, here at the Grassman Chronicles, we usually report on stories and examine them from various media sources, as I just kind of did in my summary of the Dogman. But in this special episode, Missing Maud is here to share her own first-hand account of an encounter with a Dogman. I know it goes without saying with the Grassman fans. However, if you are new to the Grassman Chronicles, first of all, welcome. Missing Maud is a guest here to share her story, and we will extend her and all of our guests all due courtesies. If you have any questions or comments, tag me in the chat with them, and we will look at them at the end of the show. So, Missing Mod, thanks again for joining us. And why don't you start off? Tell us a little bit about your encounter. You're muted.
Sorry about that. I was wondering what did you find on the white dog man? Like
Well,
anything?
the what I found is that they come in a lot of shapes and colors, so it kind of depends on the region.
Oh, okay.
So the stories vary on from place to place, but it's a lot of them say a dark creature, so that the color wasn't specific.
Yeah, see, that's what I always find too. But I'm just obviously mine was white, so and it was very bright, like glowing. Okay, it's a very short story, but basically, I'll just get right to it. I had been seeing this dog. I'm guessing it might have been a wolf or something. I don't know, but it would come in my yard for like a week. It would come in my yard and do the same pattern every night. And it didn't kill any of the chickens or any of our animals or anything. It would just come in the yard and do this pattern and then leave again. And I thought, well, that's really weird. Like, why would it be doing the same thing every night? So, time went on, and I was standing at my back door, and my mother-in-law was walking into the house. And when she took a step up, I right before that, I seen this thing, this humongous. I mean, it was like you were saying, like 7 foot tall. I thought it was might have been taller than that. It was in the best shape I've ever seen any humanoid anyway. And I could only see its back, but it was walking away from us, and I seen it standing on two legs. And she stepped up in the doorway and then blocked my view, so I couldn't see anymore. But finally, when I got her out of the way, I seen it running up the driveway, and it was that dog. Or I just assume it was a dog. It could have been a wolf, I guess. But it didn't have long hair, like when it was walking, like on two legs. It was almost like it didn't have any hair. So my first thought was like those Egyptian dog head creatures, but it was much bigger than that. It was ripped. I mean, it could have ripped your body apart probably if it could get a hold of you. But and then my son's seen it, got a glimpse of it, and then stuff like that. But I don't really know the details of their story anymore. It's been so many years. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I was scared to death when I seen it, and I couldn't speak, and I was trying to take a breath, and I couldn't. And yeah, that's it. Short. And then I'm assuming I didn't see a shapeshift or anything. I'm just assuming that's what it was because this dog or this wolf was white. Had a little tiny bit of gray on it, but not much. But
all right, this is what Missing Mod put together. The description of it, and I guess it describes what you were saying, that it was walking away. So you're saying you only saw it from the back then?
Yes. And I didn't see below its waist, like where that tail starts. I didn't see a tail or anything. So that part is just obviously I wasn't going to cover it up, and its trap muscles weren't that big, but it was ripped just like that. Like you could see the definition, and yeah, it was amazing. Pretty buff. And it was super huge. And it was glowing just like that. It just looked pretty much just like that.
Like a light glowing, or like like a light shining on it, or what? How would you describe the light, the brightness?
Well, you see how it looks in this picture, how it seems like the moonlight is just lighting up like the creases of the muscles aren't lit up. So it's like a light is shining on it. That's the way it looked. It was like it was a full moon out, and it was glowing just really bright white, which was unique.
So is it
to my story anyway?
So you're saying it was like a really short hair then?
Yeah, that's very close to what I see.
Hold on, you roboted a little bit there. Oh, you roboted a little bit there.
Am I back?
Yep. Repeat okay. Your last part there.
Okay. Well, this picture here is pretty much exactly what I seen, except for the trap muscles were a little bit smaller and it didn't have a tail. I didn't see the tail. I didn't see any of its backside like that. Because, like I said, my mother-in-law was standing in my way, so I couldn't see below the waist. But I tried. I definitely tried.
But without doxing yourself or anything, what kind of neighborhood do you live in? Is it densely wooded or
Yeah, I live right up next to a big what do they call them, nature preserves or something, so it's
okay?
protected land. But this was in my backyard. We have a
Mhm.
fenced in yard. You just have like that car size opening. So yeah.
So,
But
but there is, yeah, but there is ready access to a wildlife area, though.
yeah,
You're not,
and that's
you're not,
that's
you're not in the city or something like that.
no. And then I put when I made this picture, I put Florida, so it would be a swamp, because I live in, Florida's a swamp. So but yeah, that's pretty close to what it would be like. Um, not like the little lights and stuff, but the woods around him. It's right next to
Now,
my house. So,
now, what
but
kind of?
we
Go ahead.
sorry,
No,
I was
you
just
go
gonna say
ahead.
that a couple of my kids, two of my sons and my daughter have seen this now. They didn't see it the way I did, like where I seen it in like detail. I seen its back and its arms and all that. Um, but they seen it like what my daughter seen its head. It was like peeking around something, looking at it's a long story, but I was standing right next to her when she seen it, and I didn't look, which is so weird to me. But and then my son seen it walking up the driveway, but he didn't see it directly. Um, so we seen it a couple of times, uh, hanging around, and then somebody else heard it growl, but I don't know. That could be the only reason I know that my kid seen it is because it was glowing, just like when I seen it.
Mhm.
But the growl, I don't know. Could have been anything.
That's what I'm trying to think that if it's a type of fur that it might light up, iridescent in the moonlight or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. See, the thing that I always try to compare it to is like those glow in the dark stars, you know, that you have in your room when you're a kid. It's kind of like that. It was like not a bright glow where it was like a light bulb or something, but it was just it was like a full moon with a like a white sheet or something. It was really bright for the darkness anyway, but yeah, I don't know. It
So
wasn't like radioactive or anything type of.
what was the demeanor? Was it just nosing around and just wandered off?
It was casually walking, like like it didn't speed up or it was just walking away, just it was really really bizarre because you think it would be like running, but no, it was just it was just walking away. Sorry, Robin, in the chat there.
Yeah, well, yeah, like I said, anybody comments or questions, go ahead and post them. We're not ignoring you. Hello to everybody. We'll get to them at the end. Okay, so yeah, I wondered. So you said you had chickens or something like that, and
Yeah.
nothing ever came up missing or anything like that.
Nope. No, never. Not I mean, yeah, of course, at some point in my chicken, in my chickens' lives, there's been stuff getting them, but
Mm-hmm.
not this creature. It wasn't. I don't think it was there for that. I don't know. I have my theories on what it was there for, but it's silly, so probably not. Probably
Well,
not. I don't know.
we got questions. We got questions coming at you. So
Oh boy.
uh, yeah. And then what about neighbors or anything around you? Anything?
Yeah, we have
Do you know of anybody else that's seen a big dog or anything?
no, I haven't. We have neighbors, but we don't really, it's like not like it used to be where you're friends with all your neighbors. So we just
Mm-hmm.
don't really talk or communicate. And I know one of my neighbors said that somebody kept looking in their window, but I figured they were crazy. So I don't know.
Well,
But
that could be anything. Yeah.
yeah. So well, because then it's just a long story. There's a reason why I think she's crazy, but I think she was definitely not crazy like that, but there wasn't anything looking in her window. She was just being paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
But Yeah, so I hadn't heard anything else. No, I think it was unique to us. This weird thing, you know,
Nothing on
like
the nothing on the
like
news or anything.
oh no, no, never that I've ever seen. I mean, other than you see the stories on the news, but not this animal or creature. It wasn't no,
You
because
know,
what are you gonna do? Call the cops and be like, hey, I just had this 10 foot friggin' glowing dog man walk through my backyard. And at that time,
well,
I didn't even know what to call it. I had
some
no clue what to call it.
some people do. And
Yeah.
well, yeah, that's the other thing I found out. There are a lot of these dogman sightings. It is called the Michigan Dogman because that's one of the old recorded sightings. But yeah, they seem to be running around, like I say, all the way out to coast to coast, really. And then if I think you kind of touched on the Egyptian motif too. You have the Egyptian gods with a dog head, and it seems to repeat in a lot of cultures for some reason. This, I don't know if it's a bipedal wolf, if it's a half wolf, half man, if it's the werewolf type thing where it's a morph in between. Again, it kind of depends where you're going. Do you think it's more like an animal, or is it more like like the werewolf type thing where it's so half man, half animal, or maybe sometimes it's a wolf, sometimes it's a man type thing? Where do you lean on that?
Yeah, see, that's what I think. I think it's something supernatural because, like I said, I when I seen it walking, she blocked my view for just a split, and the next thing I know, it was in a dog form, on all fours again, and I'm just like, that is crazy because I know I just seen it walking on two legs, and it has to be something supernatural to be able to do that. I mean, I don't even know why it was in a human form. I mean, like, what was it even doing at my house? Like, there's nothing. I don't know. But
Well, that's one of my questions. Yeah, why was it at your house?
yeah.
Is there any you got food or water source or anything that would attract wildlife in your property?
Well, that's why my theory was about the chickens. I just started thinking, okay, maybe it's after the chickens,
Mm-hmm.
but it never took any. It never even tried. Because there's been plenty of times that it's shown up and I've had to go close the chicken coop, as a dog. And I didn't realize at that time, like, I don't know. See, I think that it's connected to some kind of magic. And, as crazy as that sounds, I
You're
can't prove that. But
well, yeah. So you're saying that it's not a wolf run loose or anything like that. Not even one that maybe escaped from a circus that can walk around on two legs or something.
hell no, this thing it wasn't huge as a dog. So, it was just like a normal. That's why I say
Mm-hmm.
dog, because it wasn't in my mind. I think a wolf is bigger, but I guess that's not always true. But it was like 7 or 8 foot tall, standing on two legs. It's just there's no way that it was that
But
somebody
was the chest more big and barrel shaped like a canine, or was it more
no, it was like a
chest
human.
shaped like a person? Okay.
Yeah, just like that image right there. He was huge. And I don't know what. I think it was because of the short hair that made me think dog man, because I'm like, if it was a wolf, it'd have long hair, you know, like they do in the movies, I guess. But I guess that's not doesn't have to be the case. But I don't
Well,
know.
yeah, you were saying too, it's kind of varied on the report. And of course, it depends, if it's daylight or nighttime, what you can see and everything. So was this daytime or nighttime, by the way?
Oh, it was nighttime. I'm sorry if I didn't say that. It was at night. It was at night that anytime it was seen or experienced, I guess. And see, I'm not saying that I'm 100% sure. I mean, it could have just been, because I mean, I was really freaking out. I'm like, I'm the type of person that just freezes up, and I just I can't think or move. I couldn't even take a breath. So like my mother-in-law was like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" and just immediately I was trying to say there's something behind you because I didn't know like if this thing is coming to the door, it was walking away, but I didn't know, and I'm like, that thing's gonna
Um,
kill us.
if it is a wolf or something, you don't want to mess around with it anyways, or not even a big dog or something. I mean, you just don't know. But
Yeah.
so well, then, what was your feeling then? Was it good, bad, indifferent? Was it just
Oh,
something strolling through your yard?
I was uh in terror pretty much for a split second. I was like, what in the hell was that? Because when she blocked my view, I'm like, that thing could be anywhere. Now I don't have eyes on it. So I finally just shoved her out of the way, and she's an older lady, but I didn't like shove her down or anything, but I would have if I would have, I guess, so I could see. I'm like, please move. Let me see what the heck that is. But all she did was turn around in the doorway, and then she said, it's a creature. And then I was able to move her out of the way, and then it was the dog again. And I'm like, a creature? Why would you say a creature if it was just a dog, So, and I never have figured that out, like why would she call it that? But she was the common denominator in most of these cases, was she was always there when this would happen, when somebody would see it. So I don't know, that's where my theory comes from, because I'm like, well,
I don't know either. That's what that's what we're trying to do, trying to explore it, because there's a lot of people that see these things. So the question is always, what did you see? And you're kind of leaning towards that it's something supernatural. If it is supernatural, what do you think it was doing supernaturally?
I don't know. See, I don't know that much about that. My first thought was, whenever I finally started thinking about it being a supernatural thing, is was my mother-in-law used to do witchcraft, and she's done a couple of things that I certainly am. It may not be real to anyone else, but I don't agree with, and I think that she might have had. I don't know. See, I don't know anything about familiars, but that was my first thought, was maybe that's what it is, and I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. It could be like a moth, but yeah. So that was the only theory that I had, was it was there following her, but I don't know, because a familiar is supposed to follow you around or something. Not really sure. I can't confirm that. I'm not a witch or anything, so I don't know. But yeah,
we know some people we can ask.
Yeah, see, that's what I want. I want to ask. I'm always trying to ask and talk to people that have done magic and stuff, because I don't want to do it, but I want to know about it.
Now, have you seen it? Did you say you saw it twice then?
No, I just seen it the one time.
Just the one time, and then but with somebody else.
Yeah, and then obviously, like I said,
then you said your kids saw it at another time.
Yeah, yep, and it was separate, way separate times. I think my daughter might have seen it before me, but my two sons was after me, and it definitely couldn't have been a full moon every time. I mean, there's just no way. Because see, even my daughter said she seen it glowing, and all she seen was like its head. She was confused because she was like, "What is it looking at?" It was like and these were all at night, and it was like behind a shed, and it was like looking around the corner or something. And I'm like, well, that sounds weird, but now I believe it because I've seen it since then, And then my sons, like I said,
is back to the food. Is there food or anything stored in that shed?
No, not in that one. Okay. And that's why I said, like with the chickens, like if it's going to come after food, it's going to go for, especially this thing.
We're ruling out it wasn't hungry.
It couldn't have been. No, because it would have taken the chickens, right? Like I would have chosen the chicken, and it was in the best shape I've ever seen anything.
They're usually easy pickings. They're in a pen, and
they're more healthy, right? Like a dog man isn't going after your dog food. It's going after like something alive. I would imagine.
You, like a lot of my guests, are really great at hitting my questions I have, so I really appreciate it. Onto the moon, I was going to ask about full moonlight. What about other lighting? Do you have like security lighting or street lights type
Uh,
you know, something like
now
that would highlight an area of the yard or anything?
there is a light in my front yard where my driveway is, but in the backyard where I seen it and my daughter seen it, no, no, it's dark back there, very dark. Now, when I seen it, it was out in the open, so if there was a full moon, that would make sense. That's what. But the reason I don't just lead with that is because my sons and my daughter seen it separate times. I don't know if it was in the same month, but it was definitely close. Um, all of us had fairly close sightings of it, and it was glowing every time. So that was what was distinct about it.
Hmm.
And I don't think we even really thought about it until like a year later. We are all like, "Gosh, you guys remember that?" you know. But I didn't know what it was for the longest time. I just seen someone in a stream talking about something, and he had a picture of these two like Doberman pinchers, but they were black. And I'm like, man, that's what that looks like what I seen, but mine was white. So that's where I got the idea from, because it definitely wasn't Bigfoot.
All hail Bigfoot. Um, so, do you believe in like good and bad omens? Do you, do you think it was, that type of thing? It was just something you were supposed to see for some reason?
um, I never thought about that. Good and bad omens. That's kind of like a curse, right?
Well, if it's something good, it could mean, anything. You know what I mean? People believe that, if you see something, somebody's going to have a baby or somebody's going to get married or, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
I just wondered if you had if you had ever noticed omens or anything and thought, maybe something was a sign of something, you know what I mean?
I am generally like that, but it's more with people and decisions they make, kind of like not really in nature, because they're just doing their job. Sometimes there's things that freak me out, but for the most part, if this was, if I really seen this thing, it was there following a person, I think, because why wouldn't every neighbor see it? There would be something in the paper about it, I mean, think about how many yards it had to cross. Well, you don't know, but several yards it would have to cross to get anywhere walking in the
Mm-hmm.
direction it was walking, so I mean there would be someone out there talking about it, and it
Well,
I
there
never
are. Yeah, I mean, maybe not, next door to you, but there are a lot of these encounters.
yeah.
And, like with the Bigfoot and Nessie and a lot of these other things, a lot of people see things. So, um, what are you seeing? I don't know. I wasn't there. That's why I'm asking you. Um, and the specifically the white in color or whatever, does that is that symbolic of anything to you? Is there a reason it would be white and not like you know more like a gray or a black or brown or something like that?
I'm not really sure why, but I definitely have found that it's unique because I can't really find much on it, like much many stories where people experience them being white. So I don't know. Could have just been yeah, shoot, I don't know. I wish I did. That's why I was asking you if you've heard, did you find anything on white ones? Because that's kind of that kind of interests me a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was touching on with the Cadejo there, and forgive my Spanish pronunciation on that. It's Cadegejo, Cadejo, because yeah, that's like a good and bad omen, or good or bad creature. So they saw the white ones as you know yeah, maybe somebody's going to have a baby or there's going to be a good harvest or, something like that. If
Hmm.
you see the black one, that's bad. It might attack you, something like that. So it's kind of a mix between omen and what the creature actually is by what color it is.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I don't know. I have seen a shadow person before. Um that really scared the crap out of me too. Um Do you want to hear that story?
Yeah.
Or is it just
Go.
about the dog man? Okay.
Sure. No,
Yes.
before we do, let me just check my notes. Let me make sure I cover what here, and then we can touch on that one.
Okay.
Because I wanted to make sure. Okay, I've got to ask. Before the encounter, was there any drugs, alcohol, anything like that involved?
Well, there's always can be a yes with me. I don't think, but let me think. What was I doing then? See, I don't think I wasn't messed up or anything, but my kids, no, they don't drink, or, and especially back then, because this was, years ago. I'd have to ask them exactly how long ago, but yeah, they don't do drugs or alcohol or anything. So I know their judgment was good. Now, I'm not going to say that mine was perfect, because I've burned many brain cells and probably had that night. That's what my mother-in-law was coming in for. So.
Well, were you in, were you maintaining, so to speak?
Yeah.
You weren't sloppy or anything like that?
No, she hadn't even gotten in there yet. So, I was about to be, but no, I wouldn't be sloppy anyways. But yeah, I'm just saying that I was. So, yeah. I don't want to be dishonest about that. But I've never seen anything any other time, and I've been really messed up, So.
Well, they're kind of standard questions, what about glasses? How are your eyes?
Oh, I got great vision. I don't wear glasses.
Okay. What about your kids?
Oh, no, they don't either. Nope.
Good eyes. Okay.
Eyes, yeah.
And you haven't seen one again. What about your kids? Have they seen it again, or was it just the one time?
Just that one time for each of us, yeah. And then, like I said, I know someone else who heard it, but like I said, I don't even want to put that one in here because it could have been anything, So, but yeah, no, just that one time. And then we were like, yeah, what's up with this thing? We started shutting the gate, and I know, Big Bad Mama got a good laugh out of that, but if it's a spiritual thing, the gate being open is why it was coming in. Because one of my sons two of my sons had just gotten home. They were coming in the yard, and they closed the gate, and one of my sons didn't didn't latch the gate. And so my other son turned around and said, "Oh, you're not going to latch the gate." And he's headed for the latch. And then the son that didn't latch it was seeing this thing walk off. So I think that it was standing there about to come in the yard, because the latch wasn't on. I don't know. That's just my theory. But, that's just kind of weird. Why would it be right on, on their back like that?
I don't want to say this in the wrong way. Very, very politely. Did it mark your gate? Was there like a big wet spot from something possibly marking its territory?
No, not that I can remember. No, I don't think I checked either, though. So.
Well, we all know anybody, I have dogs, and I know they like to make the perimeter, you know what I mean, and mark their territory. So
that's true.
What about any number twos in your yard? Big, large dog size ones or anything?
Nope. And see, at that time, we didn't even have a dog. Now I do. Okay. I actually have a white dog. Wouldn't that be something? No. Plot twist. No, but yeah, that thing would have ripped my dog to shreds probably. I mean, it was huge. I can't believe I never thought about making an AI image like that, though, before this interview.
All right, well then we'll touch on the supernatural part of it real quick then, and I got a couple more questions here. If it is supernatural, what do you think it was? What do you think its purpose is? I mean, is it why? You know what I mean? Why is this thing doing whatever? And do you kind of have an idea?
Well,
why it even exists, you know what I mean?
Well, I like I said, my theory on it is magic is some kind of witchcraft. And I like I said, I don't know much about familiars, but I do know that they are usually some sort of animal, and they come along and I guess help you with magic or something. I don't know. See, that's why I'm
So you
always
think
asking.
so? Maybe your neighbor, maybe it's your neighbor's business, and you just saw it. Would that
No,
be more what
that
you're
my
saying?
mother-in-law. I think that it was following my mother-in-law because every time it was seen,
Okay,
it was she was there. And yeah, that's why I thought. But that's just a theory, I can't prove that. I can't even prove that I seen it, So you can believe it or not, I
is
guess.
it? Well, that's I was wondering about its demeanor. Is it like a snarling, growling, threatening type thing, or
Nope,
you know what I
totally
mean?
relaxed. Yeah, just chilling, just walking to totally casual, like it had done it 1,000 times. It was
Hmm,
totally, and the dog wasn't aggressive at all. Nothing. It just took off, and just came in. I don't know. It was weird how it did the same pattern every night. I just thought that that was really odd because it's not like dogs get OCD. I mean, maybe they do, but yeah, he seemed too casual and healthy to be dealing with some kind of OCD. But I don't know. That's the only glimpse I ever got to see of him. I never got to ask him any questions.
yeah, right. And then, what would you do if you saw it again? Would you be would you be frightened of it? What are your
I
feelings about if you saw it again?
Well, I think that I would probably initially be uh, scared or in fear, have some kind of fear, but um I definitely know a lot more now. So I wouldn't be as afraid that it's coming to kill me or anything. I would probably try to get a picture of it, but I probably wouldn't because these things happen so fast. You don't have time. I would have never been able to get, even if I would have had a camera in my hand, I wouldn't have been able to take a picture of it. I was totally frozen, in total shock, and it just happened just that quick.
Yeah,
So, and I
because
couldn't take the picture.
you said you saw it and then it just walked off basically into the woods or whatever, right?
Yeah. Are you guys hearing me okay? I hope my mic is coming through okay.
It it skipped a little bit, but mostly you're all right.
Okay. All right.
Stay just a little bit closer to it.
Gotta tell me this stuff.
Your gain up just a little bit.
Okay. Let me turn it up.
That sounds all right.
Okay. Is it better? Because I wasn't sitting in front of it, or it wasn't sitting in front of me like it's supposed to be. So
Yeah.
my bad.
I think when you turn your head, it was roboting a little bit. But I heard most of what you said, so I don't think I missed anything.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good.
All
Yeah.
right,
People out
so
in the chat. If I start to mess up, let me know. Does dog
um,
man respond to dog whistles? I don't know. That'd be an interesting test to find out.
all right, so I think that covers my questions on the dog man. And like I say, a lot of people see these similar things. Now they are different colors, and they do have different meanings. And yeah, I mean, you can go from ones that are eating everybody's chickens to ones where they seem to be kind of befriending children. That some of these reports are that the children have these friends that are these wolf men, and they kind of watch out for them when they're in the woods and stuff. So it again varies very much on who's telling the story, whether it's good or bad, or if it's uh, actual wolf being, whatever it is, or if it's just supernatural, if it's spiritual. There's a lot of these stories. I started looking around, and yeah, there's a lot of, and I say you cross over with the werewolves and everything else, and you have a lot of these stories. So, of course, we can always say that mistaken identity. There are a lot of animals in the wild. You can't always say for sure, especially like you said, You only saw it real quick. It's at night. It's interesting that it had the glow. That's the big interesting thing I take away from it is that you said it seemed to glow for some reason. So that's an interesting thing that I really hadn't heard in any of the other stories. One more. The color of the eyes. Did you get any eyes? Did it turn at all?
No, I never did see its face. Like this picture, I didn't see its face, but that's just what I assumed its its head looked like, because the way the hair was, and it reminded me of one of them Egyptian dog headed gods,
Mm-hmm.
so. But no, I never did get it.
Yeah,
Definitely didn't see its eyes.
that seems to be one of the other things is eye color seems to indicate intention a lot too. Good, if it's a good omen, a bad omen, if it's dangerous or not. If it had red eyes, glowing eyes, soft blue eyes, it seems to make a difference too. So that was one other thing as far as color differences when I was looking up color differences. And then again, with the really short hair, is more humanoid than dog, other than the head, really, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be more like a hairy man than a dog.
Um, wait, say that again. Ask that one more time.
As far as the body goes, not the head, but as far as the body goes, the body was more like a hairy man versus a dog frame.
No, it was it looked like a man's body, but it had no hair on it that I could see. If it did, it had very light, like like my arm hair or something. But
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, so it's not it's more humanoid than it would be a big hairy dog.
I tried to get rid of that tail on there, but because the tail just looks funny to me. I'm like, that I can't imagine it had a tail, but I didn't see it. So.
Yeah, sometimes I gotta Photoshop my AI stuff because it's not quite right. Yeah, but sometimes it hits pretty good. Now I have seen, looking around, I did see pictures that are similar to this one that are usually a werewolf type story because of the humanoid form and then morphing into a dog. So again, then we're talking about a cryptid, a supernatural animal. And you've pretty much ruled out anything natural, so you're leaning that it would be a true cryptid, supernatural type encounter, right?
Yeah, definitely. Because like I said, it shifted. It had to have shape shifted. It had to have to be that dog again, like in an instant. I seen it and it was on all fours again. And I'm like, that was not a freaking dog.
That's consistent with a lot of the stories that it goes from 2 legs to 4 legs, 2 legs to 4 legs. So that is consistent.
And see, it wasn't glowing like a dog too. Whenever it was on all fours, it was just totally normal looking. It didn't scare me at all. It wasn't like scary or, angry or nothing. It was just chilling. I mean, it probably, be hanging around. I don't know. I don't want to say that, but yeah.
Well, like a lot of these, like a lot of these encounters, you have a lot of similarities and then you have some differences. So, and those are in line too. But a lot of these things can be attributed to, like you said, it hits you so fast. How did you process what you saw and everything? And then, of course, whatever you see, you're going to have a slightly different interpretation.
Yeah. See, because I found that my white one is pretty unique because I haven't found many like that. Now, if you have, I'd like to hear about them, but I haven't. No, not the white ones. Definitely not glowing either. I don't know. Most of them are like, look like normal dogs, like brown or, gray or something like that. So.
All right. Well, then one
Don't
last thing. You said you've gotten a dog since. Does your dog ever bark at night and you don't
now.
see anything type thing or?
He does, but it's usually when like someone's coming in the yard or something like that. He doesn't bark like if there was something out there, he'd be after it for sure. No fear at all. So
What about it?
that thing probably would have killed my dog for sure.
Any other animals act funny or anything?
Hmm,
Real
no.
skittish acting or anything like they've been really scared?
Well, we've had dogs actually come in and get the chickens before, so they were always afraid. They're afraid of everything, the chickens pretty much. So, but nothing else. No, my
Nothing
cats,
else.
my cats are cool. I got the meanest cat in the neighborhood, so they're every other cat's scared of my cats. So,
So it wasn't a big
but
mouse.
no, no, definitely not. Well,
We'll scratch big mouse off the list then.
why do they have sightings of that well, I guess you can go to
Oh, I was just
Disney.
joking that the gato would have taken care of the mouse. That's all.
Oh, oh, yeah,
Okay,
no.
so and then all right, well, yeah, I think that's it. Like I say, yeah, you've got a few things that are unique and a lot of similarities to a lot of the other sightings. So, what are you and everybody seeing? Maybe folks in the chat have some ideas. Let us know. We'll take a look in a minute because you also said something about another sighting. So
Oh,
go ahead.
shadow person.
A shadow
Yeah,
person. All right.
I that's what they call them anyway. But I was just at my friend's house and we were feeding her. She had this giant pig. I mean, huge. This thing was like 500 pounds. And the power was off to the house that we were at. It was actually, it's yeah, I'm not going to go into all that. Anyway, so I'm standing on the outside of her gate in her backyard, and my ex walks into goes towards the pig pen, and this shadow. Now, I thought it was a person. I was thinking, okay, there's a road on the other side of the yard, and you can see the light is shining down on the road. So I'm thinking, okay, once this guy gets in, oh no, and then there was a car coming up the road. So I'm like, once this guy on a bike is what I was assuming it was because he wasn't walking like how you walk and your head goes up and down. He was just kind of just slowly gliding across this light in the background, and I'm like, okay, when this car gets up here, I'm going to see who's on that bike. And then the car came and nothing was there, and then the shadow went into the shadow where the house was, and then I just heard 3 knocks, and I just took off running. I'm like, what the hell was that? So that was my experience there, but nothing really crazy, nothing, but anytime you see a shadow person, it's concerning, I think, because
So
usually
again,
that's a bad thing.
yeah, you're gonna lean that something supernatural then.
Oh, definitely. It wasn't a person. It wasn't a person
No,
because they were gone. Like,
no,
I
no
didn't see.
kids playing ditch it or anything.
No, this was in the middle of the night because that's how I roll, I guess. I do everything at night. But yeah, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that it was in the middle of the night. But it was like it was back there hanging out with the pig, and then it got stirred up and just walked off. I don't know. I don't know if it knew that there was a person there, but obviously it knew something. Why would it knock on the side of the house? That was just weird. So,
Yeah,
but
that's what I
that's
was.
it.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for it or anything. We didn't talk about this. So yeah, I would just wonder. My question right back is, why would it knock on the house?
Yeah, I don't know, but I left right then. I just took off running. I was like, yeah, no, I'm out of here. I've always been afraid of not ghosts, because I never really had any type of experience when I was a kid, but I was alone a lot and I didn't like it in the dark and stuff like that. So, it could have just been, I seen this shadow things like hair, you could like, it had a perfect silhouette in this street light. So I thought that it was a person on a bike. And I'm like, I didn't realize how close it was. It was too close to be a person on a bike on the road. But yeah, it just happens so fast. You don't have time to think about it, like getting a picture. It's just not going to happen. I think,
Do you
yeah.
do you look into these kind of things? Do you read about cryptids and ghost stories and stuff like that? Is it in your mindset at all?
I do sometimes, yeah. Like, depends, if I'm looking for something, or I should actually look into it more. Now I'm subscribed to like a bunch of Dogman channels and stuff, um, which is like a whole community of people, that have seen this stuff, and then there's just tons of people out there that just don't believe them, and it's like, well, they're not all people. Yeah, it doesn't matter anyway. I just think
I
that that's
was
ridiculous to assume they're all lying or delusional. I don't know.
I, I was watching a few videos on it to prepare, and like I say, I was learning a lot of things about all these excuse me, all these sightings, um, and that again, a lot of them can be explained with wildlife and everything and stuff, but the ones that have the unusual twists on them, you got to wonder what people are seeing and why did it appear that way. And I did a video about Bigfoots being shapeshifters. um, I did a video the other day over there with Lupin talking about shape-shifting Bigfoots and stuff. And when you said it, something about shape-shifting, and apparently he didn't know either. Obviously, with supernatural creatures, they could have the ability to shapeshift. They could do basically whatever they want if they have these supernatural powers. So, yeah, any of these ones that we're going to label strictly supernatural, well, then sure, they can, fly, they can shapeshift, they could disappear, they could do all kind of things if they have those kind of powers.
Yeah. And they're eating good, whatever they're eating. I don't know. Because they ain't eating McDonald's. I can tell you that. He was in shape, like amazing shape. So, I mean, I could, I heard that about the Mothman too, that the way he looked when he would open his wings was like, the lady said that he didn't even have to use any of his muscles to get off the ground and fly. I mean, that's perfect shape. Oh, crazy old man is here. Sorry.
What about I talk about Bigfoot a lot. Any other cryptids or ghosts or aliens or any of those other things you have an interest in? Any of those? Do you believe in any of those other things?
I do. Actually, my dad had a story. When he was a kid, him and his sisters did like a seance, and he said he didn't believe in any of that stuff. So he was just there, making fun of his sisters and stuff. And um, within that month, he said that him and his sister and his friend were at the park or at some big field or something. And he said this weird light. Now, this is like back when my dad was born in 53, and he was, probably no older than 10 or 12. So this was back in the day. And he said that this light came across the field, and they jumped down kind of like in a cul-de-sac or something. And it just kind of went over them, and that was it. They got up and ran. And he said that night he fell asleep, and he woke up scared. So he was headed to his mom's room, and something was coming in the door. So he just jumped on the couch real quick and laid there and acted like he was asleep. And he said that he couldn't really tell what it was, but he said something stuck a needle in his belly button like this long. And that was it. He said he woke up on the couch. And I'm like, I don't know if that story is true or not. And he wasn't really sure either, but he still remembered it. Like he could tell the story like it just happened, and he had like a couple of different weird encounters and a shadow person as well that followed him around. But he asked the devil for something. So I was assuming that's where the shadow person came from in my dad's situation. But, who knows? I don't know. But it would basically, when he was alone, it would torment him. It would never let him sleep. It would just make a sound or something and wake him up or touch him or something like that. And he said he's seen it a couple of times out of the corner of his eye, but never like straight on. But yeah, it was pretty bad. And I mean, to where he was talking to everybody about it because it was stressing him out. He couldn't sleep. And finally he went to a dentist office or something, and he said he was talking to him, and he said, here, take this card and read this in your house, and it should fix everything. And so when he got home, it had something about Jesus on there. I can't remember. I wish I knew where it was, because then I would just have it and read it to you. But it just left after that. He never had another problem again. He could sleep totally fine. Nothing happened. So I thought that was kind of weird, but you know, can't prove that either. Plus, my
Well, that
dad's not here anymore, but
yeah, that seems to be the go-to for a believer is that they always, if it's Jesus, you're going to say, you're going to cry out to your God to counteract whatever's going on. So
well,
that's a common thing.
there's a lot of stories out there of alien abduction stories where they have stopped them dead in their tracks by screaming out Jesus or screaming, something, basically calling out to him. Now, there could be stories about, Buddha or something. I don't know, but specifically there are a lot of stories where the name of Jesus can stop an alien abduction. I don't know. I've never been abducted by aliens. So, I've never even seen an alien.
Me neither. And I really, really tried. But that's another story.
Yeah, I think you told me about that too. But I don't know. See, people are like, well, why haven't I seen one? I don't know. Maybe they don't like you. I don't know. Not saying about you, but I don't know. I wish I hadn't seen it because it just makes you look crazy, right? Right. So, but I'm not gonna lie about it. It happened.
Yeah, that's why I was asking, like, do you believe in like omens and stuff like that? Because it could be, that totally different meaning. You know what I mean? Because there's lots of stories and mythologies around omens. I mean, I'm sure if you're on Facebook or anything, you'll see a cardinal landed in my yard or a butterfly landed in my yard or so many ones. And that's, a dead loved one, visiting you. You know what I mean? There's plenty of those stories. So that's why I was wondering more of, what's this thing doing other than you just seeing it? You know what I mean? And, like I said, if it's not bothering you or bothering anybody else, what's it up to? You know what I mean? That's the mystery of, why is it walking around in your yard?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. And see, I don't know. I wasn't able to ask it. So,
well, that's my curiosity is, if you or anybody else is seeing something, and if we're going to say, well, it wasn't an animal, this, that, and it was something else, then the next question is, what was it doing? Why is it there? Has it been back? Was it just visiting? Was it just looking around?
Did any of the neighbors see it? No, because they do like a weekly thing here, like news thing to talk about like all the stuff that's going on in the neighborhood, and no one's ever said anything about it. So, and it's kind of hard to approach your neighbor about it if like, hey, have you seen like this dog?
That's one of the things it's always like in the footnotes or something on these articles that, of course, you don't know about people that don't report things that they see. And it's like, obviously.
Like me. I've never done it.
Yeah, if nobody reports it, then you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. I understand that.
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
Oh, I was done. I was just going to keep blabbing.
I was going to say, I didn't want to keep you too long. It's a little bit over an hour. So I want to go back here and check the chat and say hi to everybody. See Deep State.
This has been fun. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, it's been lots of fun. Deep State, Mike, good to see you. Robin's there. Hello. We got Dog. Perfect timing, Dog. Good to see you. Who else we got here?
Yes,
Rochelle,
Lewis.
good to see you. Father Charles. Beck. What the Beck? Good to see you, Beck. Punk is in there. Hello, Brentley. Good to see you. Well, I'm missing somebody. I don't like missing people. Speed's there. Wild World's here. Top testers here. Da Freak. What's happening, Da Freak? Thanks for stopping by. B.S. Lewis, good to see you. Deconverted Man. By the way, Deconverted Man and B.S. Lewis just put out a video. It's hilarious. Go check it out on BS channel. It's hilarious. I'm not going to say anything else. Go check it out.
Well, if BS is involved, I'm sure it's funny.
Bree, good to see you. James, hello. Big Bad Mama. YouTube Punk. I got my shirt on, YouTube Punk. I'm wearing my Grassman shirt. So, Dank Slug, hello. Good to see everybody. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Hello. Thanks everyone for joining us. Let me scan through here. See if we got any questions or comments. Dog wants to know, do you have a stalker in a dog suit?
I think so. Ain't nobody stalked me.
Not that you know of. Okay.
Yeah.
And Robin says, on a similar note there, it's not a boyfriend or anything, right? Okay.
No. No. Yeah, I'd have to put some clothes on him, but he'd be pretty hot, I'm sure. I don't know, though. The dog head would just be a bad thing.
Doggy style. That's a dance, right?
Yes. Of course.
We're G-rated here. And speaking of G-rated, there's the punk. Don't forget, if you need something in adult nature, go to adamandeve.com and use code word Brentley and get a discount at the checkout. That's for you, Brentley.
Oh. Okay.
Lots of people talking about each other, what's going on with each other there. Good to see everybody again. Let's see. Okay, Rochelle Colossia says, we get Bigfoot sightings. They're a fave in the Pacific Northwest. And as I've said many times, people, why you like Bigfoot so much? It's like, he's kind of an adopted national cryptid, you know. When I was on with Bree, of course, if you're in Scotland, everybody loves Nessie, right? It's just kind of your adopted beastie, and for the most part, no harm, no foul, right? People just having fun, out looking for their critters, buying T-shirts and wearing hats, and they're not bothering anybody, so I ain't got no problem with that.
Exactly.
It was Speed. You saw his big white hairy, non-hairy self.
Well, if you're 7 foot tall, that's a good thing. I think it was taller than that, but I'm just going to go with 7.
And Robin, always a pleasure.
Could it have been an ape?
Just want to know if it's an ape or a monkey, something like that.
No way.
No, wrong proportions.
Yeah, definitely. And I seen it was a dog or whatever, a wolf, one of the two.
And we've got Love Me Some Dog Man. Hey, if the dog man isn't messing with anybody, then we won't mess with it, right? So, Brentley wants to know, would any be a reason anybody would be just messing around with you? Any
No.
any known pranksters TP in the yards or anything like that?
Yeah. No, because they never left anything like,
No.
Yeah, no. Not at 8 foot tall, 7 foot tall, no way.
Top tester. Well, you're supposed to be prepared. Come on now. Robin says you should have put a little loincloth on there. I think that'll pass. Looks pretty G-rated to me.
Yeah. Thank you, Robin, for keeping it out of the
See now.
zone.
There you go. See, Beck's got it covered. So
Yes.
cheers to everybody out there. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. I hope they are too.
Father Charles says, I bet you MM marked her territory after the encounter.
I definitely should have.
Gotta change my draws now. Excuse me. BS says it's gotten into the steroids.
Yeah.
She definitely says it was ripped. So,
It was. That's the one most memorable thing about it.
Not promoting the use of or anything, but a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Is there a cat girl? You know what? I didn't even bother to look. If I'd have done a story, I'd have probably, gone looking at different angles and stuff. But this was more, a little different show. Like I said, usually I do a lot of research, and on this, I kind of looked around a little bit, and I wanted to, go mostly on what Missing Maud's saying and kind of dissect that. So, but I'm sure there are some cryptids that are some big cat-like creatures. I wouldn't doubt it. Whereas Bree would know. Does MM think Dog Man might have evolved? I don't think so, because it's supernatural, right?
Yes. So, yeah, I think he was joking, but I don't know.
Well, the evolved would be more with the shape shifting, so we're not biologically. This is in an instant. It's shape shifting. So, and the freak wants to know, what did you see? Was it in the physical plane or dream spirit realm? This she says she was wide awake and relatively sober, and she's got good eyes, so this is something she saw in her yard.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sleeping.
Got anything else to say? You weren't in bed sleeping or anything?
Nope. No, I was wide awake, standing up in my house, looking at the back door.
You weren't playing with a Ouija board or anything, were you?
Heck no. No, I've never done that, thank God.
Deconverted Man, is Dog Man different than a werewolf? The werewolf seems to be like the shape shifting between a man and wolf, like you see in most of the movies. The Dog Man. Yeah, but see,
usually the werewolf is like legs are different and they're hairier, right?
Yeah, it's a cross between the two. That's why I was asking about the chest size, because the werewolf usually has like that big chest too. You know what I mean? To give it that dog-like, upper body and stuff. But you're saying it's more human. So it would be like cousins, I guess, kind of like with a lot of the Bigfoots and their relatives and their cousins, however you want to use the term. So subcategories or whatever, but a lot of the stories are very similar, that it goes from 2 feet to 4 feet, shape shifting. It's out at night. So a lot of similarities and some differences, which seem to be with a lot of these stories. Is Dog Man a good boy or a good man? Or that's what I was asking, because on the story or the culture, or on the what kind of omen it is. It can be good, bad. It can be protector of children, or it could be attacking people, and explains why some people go into the woods and you never see them again.
I don't think they can hurt you, but I don't know. They can definitely scare you.
Has the head of a man, but body of a dog. That's man dog.
That would have been something.
And BS, I think you were already chuckling about this. Does it respond to dog whistles? And Deconverted Man and BS, they make a good team. I'm Mad Dog.
Hive Science said something that I'm kind of interested in. I wanted to let you get through your.
I'm getting there. I'm rolling down here.
Okay.
The Freak wants to know Bigfoot. Nope. She already said it wasn't a Bigfoot. So
no,
that's off the list. Father Charles, don't make my brown eyes glow. What? I get it.
Uh-oh.
And let's see, one more from Deconverted Man here. Animal eyes reflect. Yeah, that's what I was asking, but she didn't see the eyes. So, because that's something I was trying to find out too. So we don't know about that. James says, I was just thinking about that right when you guys said it. Shadow people. I and some friends and my ex have all seen them.
Yep.
So there you go. There's some more people have seen them along with you, Missing Mud. And a lot of people saying hi to you.
Hi.
And hi to me, and hi back to everybody. Crazy old man. I was raised by shapeshifters. Well, then you're an expert then. We'll have to get you on then.
Yeah, he just came on my show. Said he believes the Earth is only 1,000 years old.
Yeah. The Freak, a glitch in the Matrix. That's kind of like Rylene with like ghost stories, where it's little pieces in time that are stuck in a glitch. Could be.
Yeah.
YouTube Punk, stopping through. A little internet trouble, but back. Good. Yeah. The Earth is only 1,000 years old. So you learn something new every day. See, here we go. Let me see. I've got the chats covered. So if you're in either chat, I had both channels up, but my camera was freezing up, so I had to close the other windows. So I'm on the desk. I've got the desk up. I don't have the Grassman up because it was messing up my camera. So I'm gonna have to do something so I can cover both channels better. I'm sorry about that. But my camera was just totally free. It wasn't even working. That was part of the delay what we had at the beginning. I've seen a UFO. I need to send you a message. Yeah, you do. And it's a were-dog. Is this the one you're talking about? Bree says Africa had leopard men. They were more like skinwalkers. So there's your cat woman man but it's more like a
Yes.
skinwalker. So,
It isn't it mostly like these types of sightings aren't they mostly, male? Because I know the one that I seen was a male for sure. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. I know that there's been female things seen before, I think, but I don't know.
yeah, that'd be interesting. Kind of go through them and kind of see how many are leaning one way or another in their features.
Yeah.
And we got the man dog. You guys keep making me want to sing cat dog, cat dog.
Yeah, that was a good show. Very confusing.
Freak says there's a whole belief system based on spiritual animal guides. Yeah, that's what we're trying to find out. That what was the purpose though? If it was some kind of a omen or a spirit guide or anything, it just seemed to stroll through a yard and that was it. So that would be kind of a mystery.
Yeah.
Mike, I was raised by a package of chihuahuas. Mike likes cats. You're not fooling us. And I think I'm down through most of it. Let's see. A pack of, oh, Mike, yeah, a pack of chihuahuas. I knew what you meant. And I think we're to the end of it. Yeah, wow, it's a lot of people. Christopher, thanks for joining in. Yeah, the Freak, always appreciate you stopping through, Freak. And Bree, of course, our expert on cryptids. Bree had a little bit of gremlin trouble this morning. We all face it sooner or later, I guess. And then say we had a few issues trying to start the show today, so it happens. And I think I was back up to the list. All right, great show, Missing Mod. Yeah, we got bonus content. Not only did we get a great Dogman encounter story, we got some bonuses. So even better, always appreciated. Yeah, I love these kind of stories. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I liked hearing about it. It's like everybody in the chat appreciated hearing about it. And everybody was saying hi and hello to you. We do appreciate you joining us here at the Grassman Chronicles and telling your story. And if anybody else has a story about a bump in the night or something you saw in your yard, get a hold of me at allhailbigfoot@gmail.com. And just like with Missing Mod, we can set it up. Come on. We can have a nice conversation. You can tell your story, ask a few questions, see if we can figure it out.
Yeah, this was fun. Thank you, guys. Thank you for everybody that showed up.
And one more time, Missing Mod's link is in the description. Go over to her channel, check out her painting and her music videos and everything, and maybe join in one of her discussions over there. And again, appreciate everybody stopping by in the chat. Got your link in the description. Okay, check. And if you enjoy discussions like these, like, comment, share, and subscribe with a bell to get notifications of future videos. And we hope to see you then. Goodbye, everybody.